Good morning, everyone. Gonna work on some comics today live. It's Comics and Coffee. I am DJ Coffman, the cartoonist here at VeeFriends. I'm gonna draw some awesome comics today. I got a lot to do. I'm gonna start out with finishing up this one. I've been working on the inks on this one. It's a big one, coming out in a couple weeks. So I'm gonna finish up the inks on this. Hello, everyone in the chat. Good morning, Green Dog. Over on X, Orion. Hey, man, thank you. Orion says I'm the man, so it's said. It's not. No. Over on TikTok, let me refresh the chat real quick. It's set up here. I gotta get the drawing. We got a lot to do. Make sure my hey folks on TikTok. Good morning. Hope you're gonna have a good day. This is how I start my day. Drawing some comics here. I've already been at it for a little bit, since about 8 o'clock. So I'm gonna ink this, and then we're gonna get into another comic strip. So I'm gonna ink those 2 panels really quickly. That'll be fairly easy to do, and then we're gonna get into something else. Character I've never drawn before here. So I'll be doing that next. And thanks for watching. Thanks for chilling out. Hope everybody's gonna have a great day. Great Friday. Friday. We'll sneak peek at today's comic. Can't believe they're going to ban TikTok. Let's just go ahead and read today's comic together. That's been fun to do. Hey, good morning, Austin, over on TikTok. And I can too. I see you over there. Could be, Green Dog. You never know. So today's comic. Can't believe they're going to ban TikTok. Irish Terrier all week. You know, it's the Irish English or Irish insightful Irish Terrier week. So he's been in most of the comics, all of the comics this week. Actually, first time character's been in all the comics all week. He's like, it'll be okay. His mug has changed every day, so it was like still lucky. You know, today it's born lucky. And then what do we got? 555 fans like, you know, TikTok's my favorite platform. I'm blowing up on there. What am I gonna do now? And the dog's like, stop worrying so much. Number one. Second, go post somewhere else. Right? Pretty insightful, or not insightful enough. And then we got this wisdom from the Irish Terrier here. So if TikTok does get banned, all of those people will have to go somewhere else. Why not already be there when they show up? And as my old friend Wayne once said, skate to where the puck is going to be. I just like that quote, so I threw it in there. Irish Terrier knows Wayne Gretzky, you know? And then he's like, wow, that's super insightful. Will you make some shorts for my channel saying that? And he's whipped his phone out now. And then I just end it with a dad joke, guys. I can't help myself. So sorry, I don't know how to sew. My wife was reading this in the car last night, and she was like, oh man, what are you doing? And then she's smiling, right? So, and I said, you know, sometimes I just want to give myself like a little award. Like I need a little award for myself that I'm like, when I write something that I'm super happy about, it's like, wah, wah. Like I don't know. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that one. That makes me laugh. Hope it makes you smile too. Okay. That was the comic. Michelle, drawing art is not my talent. I appreciate those that do. What are you up to, Michelle? What do you do out there? She's over on LinkedIn. I can't see the LinkedIn. Morning Corso's in the chat over there, over on TikTok. Corso's in all the chats. That's where he lives. Yeah, I was just telling somebody else, you know, and I don't like to talk about it too much, but most people complain I'd say the majority of people that I'm around, not that I'm around, but like most people like to just complain about, oh, the weather sucks or this sucks or that sucks, or are on edge. People are on edge a lot, and I used to feel that way too. And I don't like to talk about it too much, what I'm going to say, but I'm like, this year, 'cause I started drawing these comics January 2nd, or January 1st, actually, I was live drawing, um, but officially drawing. And I don't really feel like I've had a bad day this year. Like, I wake up happy to work with the team and the community at VeeFriends. It's just like a real, I'm not a religious person or anything like that, but I'd say like it definitely makes me feel blessed and, you know, just so grateful to wake up every day and work on these characters and just have some fun and smile, be happy. And it's really been a great year so far. And here we are. It's March 15th. This year is flying by. So here I've got a lot of. I'm just gonna finish. I'm finishing up this panel. These last two panels of this kind of epic Sunday version that you'll see in a couple weeks. I'm not giving it away what it is, but these are blueberries. Just so you know, they're not peas. The peas are safe. I do get a lot of questions about what I'm drawing with here, and I'm on Procreate, so this app here on the side. Over on TikTok, you got a little bit of a different view. Let me just zoom in on that a little bit, so just a little bit more. Just a little bit. There we go. All right. Yeah, and then like I think the more Orion over on X, you said it's easier to smile and it feels better. Like I think the more you start to just have, I've been doing gratitude in the morning for many years now, but I'm just happy that my feet hit the ground. I've got so many friends that have dealt with so many problems, and I'm just like, man, I'm so fortunate to be relatively healthy, and the ability to get up and do things like this. I'm just so grateful for that. That's a win, that's a win. But the more grateful you are and the more you're feeling good, it feels like you can automatically, identify when you're out in the world and having small talk with people that like, oh boy, okay, how's it going? Oh, and they start grumbling, and it's like, oh man, I'm really sorry that you're dealing with that. I'm just like, you wish you could help them. You wish you could get them out of that mindset, but it's tough. As my favorite band, Pearl Jam, would say, it's an inside job that you got to do. It might be something that you might see online, and you might read a quote or feel inspired or watch a stream like this or whatever, and just feel like, you know what, I'm not going to give in to negativity today. And by the way, I will be drawing right after this panels. I'm going to be drawing some bad intentions. So I'm thinking about bad intentions there. It's the first time I've drawn that character. And speaking of that, I forgot. I'm going to put on my pencil topper for the day, my mini. I've never put this one on before. Since I'm going to be drawing bad intentions today, I'm going to go ahead and put this pencil topper on. I really like these pencil toppers. Another reason I like them is because I can drum on my iPad with them. That's fun. I watched that stream yesterday or listened to the stream yesterday while I was working about the VeeFriends vending, the minis. And I was like excited. I was like, I want a vending machine. We opened a lot of these, and they're real fun to do. Anyways, I really enjoyed listening to that and it's a good opportunity, man. Like, I don't know, it feels like it to me. And yeah, I draw with these pencil toppers on. It's fun. They're fun. Good morning, Carly. But yeah, the negativity out there, just, it's always going to be out there. And I think, how do we, well, as VeeFriends, let's just talk about it. If you're new to VeeFriends, this is a universe of over 280 characters with some positive traits created by Gary Vaynerchuk. He originally hand drew all these characters. There's a video of him. There's videos of him drawing every single one on the VeeFriends.com website. If you go to the characters page and then you click watch them be drawn, it's pretty cool. They chronicled all that. It looks like his drawings look a little bit different. The characters are evolving. It's a new IP, But hey, morning, Tyler. What's up? Tyler, I don't think there's anything. Okay, I should probably put this on mute though. Do that. Theater mode. Tyler was like, "Yo, you can't. You gotta watch your watch, man." I want to mess with people and put like top secret Gary meeting today, but I won't. So yeah, VeeFriends. It's the biggest trait. The biggest thing that we're going for is it's got an iPad only one. Spreading these traits out into the world. So like even the VeeFriends vending, right? These guys, these little toppers. I never thought about it before, but it's brilliant because, if parents are buying those, be quiet gifts. That's what the one guy said. Like be good kids. You buying these vending things. Or the one guy that owns the restaurants. Sorry, I don't remember your names, but Jordan and another fella that owns the restaurants. He has got them in. But he said something about, wow, you are, you got your kid with the bad intentions character, and then you can start talking about, it's like a topic of conversation that you can start and have around the dinner table or, at his restaurants. And I was like, man, that's, how cool is that? Like to get people talking about kindness and patience, and that's just wonderful. Way better than talking about, did you see that Kate lady might be fake photo on the internet? Well, that's, we all fall into those things, but, or the super negative politics and stuff out there, like, just makes you feel, but then thinking about self-awareness, and I've been able to use it. I just used it this morning talking to my art friends on my other art stream, and it's funny to me. The more you become part of the VeeFriends universe, whether staff or fans, the more you start speaking in this language of all of the traits, right? So when someone asked me this morning, if you're an artist out there that's like feeling like your art's not getting recognition, or you don't feel valued, and I was like, well, you might need to deploy some self-awareness and patience, and I'm able to like tap those traits and put them to use for artists too. Like self-awareness is like, let's take a look at your work and see what you're doing out there. Are you actually doing enough? Are you marketing yourself? Do you understand this business part of art? Are you judging yourself too harshly on how much money you're making with your art, or how happy it's making other people around you? Like, I'm able to see all those topics through the lens of VeeFriends too, and it helps me communicate to artists. So it's cool. Hey, Lola, speaking of the drawing club, Lola's over in the drawing club. Uh, Wes asked, "Am I involved in the cartoons that are coming out for Moonbug?" That's very exciting. The Moonbug stuff is going to be amazing. I hate to say that I'm involved because I'm just kind of like a fly on the wall, but I'm in those meetings. As you know, Gary wants me to, help, you know, guide the character development and the storytelling of these characters. So I'm doing a lot behind the scenes for that. But man, I mean, I can't take any kind of credit for Moonbug. They've got wonderful experts, and the writer of the show, I don't think that they've released her name. I don't know. I'm not gonna say, but she's just fantastic. Her energy and I read all the plots that she had, and I was just like, these are great. You know, I didn't really have too much feedback. I was like, these are wonderful. It's a really good setup for a short shows, and hopefully they'll go into longer shows at some point. But it's all of these elements working together are just cool for the brand. If we're talking about VeeFriends as an IP, I was thinking about the VeeFriends mini vending things, how interesting it is that they're just silently out there, and kids and adults are discovering these characters in the form of these little guys. I want to focus on my bad intentions character there. Yeah, I'm telling you, I was like, it's perfect for the comics really too, because I'm like, it's pencil toppers, artists, pencil toppers, good traits. Like I would honestly, as an artist, like if I'm just pick one for the day and kind of like focus on it as I'm drawing, it's kind of an interesting thing. And I saw the new on that stream yesterday. They dropped the alpha on the. Listen to me talking and speak. I feel hip. They dropped the alpha. I don't think those words have ever came out of my mouth in my life, but they dropped the alpha on. And for those that don't know, it's like the first time, the sneak peek, the first look, the inside scoop, the alpha. They dropped the alpha on season 2 or season 3 and 4 of these little toppers, these VeeFriends minis, and they're cool looking. I only saw the little tiny ones. I can't wait to see them in person in a couple weeks up there in NYC. I'll be up there the first week of April. Yeah, I'm very honored, Wes, to be even included in those calls and things, because I mean we're talking again top-notch experts at Moonbug, and it ain't no just Hollywood jive, it's like they care too, and Gary's very at the helm. Like I said on the Spaces the other day, like Gary's very driving that. It's not just like a company taking over and saying like these characters look cool, let's make some money. It's like they've got data to back things up too. So what's resonating with the youth, what works better on that, all that stuff, right? They got all that. So being able to create within that boundary is pretty awesome. For the comics, I'm thinking like, man, what are they in 45 states now? Those machines, and some people have like 4 machines, I think, or maybe more. The one couple, I'm sorry, I forget people's names. They're opening them live on Whatnot, that app. It's kind of like Fanatics Live. It's exciting. Not only, they're making money, but that idea of just a true excitement about talking about the traits and stuff. How many times have you heard families just sitting around going like, let's self-aware here, let's set me, it's something you get different with VeeFriends. Nothing wrong with like Pokemon or anything like that, but all right, cool. Oh, no, okay. I can make the string white. That's good. I'll leave it to you to guess what's going on here. Yeah. VeeFriends are very, Tyler said VFam is observant. They're watching everything. Like I'm thinking about over on TikTok, this space up here. And I can kind of like move these characters around. Like maybe we can like drop a clue of something in there, right? Everybody's always looking for like clues of what's coming. Like maybe these 3 characters are coming for some amazing secret thing. I mean, I don't know. Probably not, but you never know. All right, cool. Let me look through the chat real quick, just make sure. Good morning. Good morning. Josh, LP, Janice over on TikTok just joined. Thanks for popping in the stream. This is VeeFriends. If you're not familiar with VeeFriends, pretty happy with that little logo box too. I'm having a lot of fun with these Sunday, logo boxes. All right, let's go into the new strip now. Let's do that. Happy with that. Need to get that done today as well. And first time I'm drawing the Bad Intentions character. Let me zoom. No. Gonna focus? No, it won't. Oh well. My product focus thing is off. It's not on. Weird. It usually like zooms right in on the. It won't do it. There we go. My cat likes to run off with these things too. She tries to chew them, run away with them. So, okay, let's get into this. This gag. First time I've drawn Bad Intentions, so I've got a little joke going on here. Let me just fade this guy out a little bit, and kind of want to be able to see my. Pencil topper. I guess it won't fit in the screen. Oh well. Just use your imagination over there on TikTok. Right? Okay. Hope everybody's going to have a good day today. This is what I'll be doing all day. I'll be drawing some comics all day. I'm going to look at I got a little reference for Bad Intentions. I've never really drawn Bad Intentions. I should spend a little bit of time kind of getting his face right in that, but I think I can get it. I think I can nail it. First thing I'm going to do is turn on my pencil here. I always look at the nose shapes first. Like we got, little, he's even got a smaller nose than that, so I need like a tighter pencil. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Nope. It's kind of a long triangular shape, kind of like that. And then he's got his whiskers are like right up against his nose like that. I'm gonna have him giving kind of like a sinister smile. And I want the carrot in his mouth. Could talk a little bit about bad intentions here. He's got some buck teeth. Bad intentions. Let's think about that. We were thinking about conversations we've had internally about bad intentions. Like, if somebody's cutting your grass and you didn't ask them to do it, and then then they ask you for something else later. And this is coming from Gary. He said this. He said, paraphrasing right now, but it's like, yeah, this guy's been cutting your grass or doing you a favor that you didn't ask for, and then you're grateful, and you're like, well, thanks for doing that, and then they make the ask for what they really were wanting, and you're like, no, and they're like, but I cut your grass. You didn't do it with the right intention, right? And you see that a lot in business. There's people that cozy up to you in life and business. And I had it in comic books too. I had, when I was having my 15 minutes of fame a long time ago in comic books, it felt good because like suddenly you get this, if you're new to it, you get this rush of like, wow, cool. Like magazines are talking to me or whatever, or you're getting like people that you think are fans, and then sooner or later, not all of them are bad, but you see people's true intentions, right? Their true colors. And that can really suck. Be like, man, I think my wife would say I'm a pretty good. I say I'm a pretty good judge of character, but my wife would probably say that I trust people way too much. But I think I've gotten way better at going, oh, okay, see what's up. Kind of like when his ears are back like this. Let's just try a couple different ways here. And again, I like to try to keep, when I draw the character, if I can, I'm going to try to keep his full body in the first shot so that we can, the team's been making stickers and it's fun. I want him wringing his hands, so I kind of got like a view there. Lola's getting ready to go sling some flowers over her day gig. Make some pretty flowers, Lola. Have a good one. Watch out for these customers. Yeah, I would say I'm more trusting than skeptical of people. I'm cautious, but I'm very straightforward now. So even I follow the rules. I'm a Boy Scout, I guess. company guy too, so like you just have to be very clear. Let's see, if he's wringing his hands, he might be like, so a thumb. Sometimes I'll look at my own hands and kind of go, all right, so he's like wringing his hands. So let's draw like one mitten, two mittens, kind of overlapping each other. Maybe like those motion lines, like. I'm also mindful of the characters that don't really have fingers, and Bad Intentions seems to be one of those ones with like kind of like a mitten, like a thumb and a mitten. So does Irish Terrier. So just observations of the characters. I think I'm kind of capturing the ringing of the hands, like. And another little trick is I could erase the eyes and make him like looking this way. Kind of just add something if he's like looking that way and his body's facing this way. Looking sneaky. Sneaky little rabbit. Sneaky boy. I have a little story in my mind for Bad Intentions, but I can't give it away right now because it's going to tie into something else. For those that are watching the comic strip or reading the comic strip, often you'll be like, oh, of course. Of course. Bad Intentions. I'm pretty good at steering away from people with bad intentions. I just go like, oh, okay, got it. See you on the flip side. I don't want to, it's not my job to. Sometimes it is, like if someone's having bad intentions, you gotta call them out on it a little bit sometimes in a nice, kind candor kind of way. Like, hey man, I kind of feel like you got some bad intentions here. Kind of feeling some bad vibes. And then explain it and talk it out. Maybe they don't know that they're coming off that way. So empathy, right? Be empathetic. Maybe they don't know. I think this guy knows. Freaking this guy. He knows what he's doing. Look at this. Look at this sinister fella. Morning, Rob. Orion, I'm not really a Boy Scout. Like, I didn't go to Boy Scouts. I don't think my family could afford it. Maybe. I don't know. I try to follow the rules. I try to follow the instructions that are given to me from my superiors. Kind of. Definitely at work. Maybe not in society, but It's going to make him a little bit bigger here. Kind of wanted to be the feature of this first panel. It's going to get a little bit confusing if I do it that way. We'll grab both layers at the same time, and then I'll just blow it all up. I want him to be in view. Good view. And then this part will be something a little bit different. Little composition trick here, as I'm always thinking about. In art, we're thinking about the grid, Like we're seeing this 9-panel grid. So these focal points, right here, right here, right here, right here. That's kind of where the eyes naturally go in photographs and panels and reading. So I do know that I want something kind of like right in here. Got something here, the rabbit hole, and his tail. If you can match that up, it just makes for a very eye-pleasing panel. It's composition. There's some thought that goes behind that when you're working on things like this. And of course, we've got the. Go back to my other pencil. The star of the show is this rabbit hole. Kind of see where I'm going with this. Maybe. Sorry, I missed those. Steve over there on TikTok. Good morning. How are you? Yeah, I went. My parents forced me to go to like church when I was little. I didn't want to go, so I went to the youth groups and stuff like that. And then as a teenager, honestly, I only went for the girls. I went to like the youth groups stuff. But play volleyball and hang out with girls. Those were my intentions in high school or middle school. But I'm lucky. I mean, at least my dad, he instilled in me all the old school manners. Like you hold the door for someone, you not necessarily lay your coat down over a mud puddle for a lady or something, but you never hit a lady, you never, all that. Just having those good upbringing, I guess. We're just going to spell it out. The rabbit hole. Funny arrows there on the side. I'll probably get rid of some of these pencil lines here. That's how we got. Sure, I think that's a good. I think the Scouts and Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, all good organizations. Only thing that's wrong with any of those organizations, other people mess things up. You can't judge it based on a few bad apples in there. I might even make this a little bit big, just a little bit, because I don't even know if there's going to be text in this first panel. I think we're just kind of introducing bad intentions for the first time in the comic. Hey, if you're just joining, thanks for joining. Tyler Durden joined over on TikTok. Hey, Tyler, big fan of your club. We not allowed to talk about. Catching Ducks joined over on TikTok. Good morning. If you're not familiar with VeeFriends, VeeFriends is a new universe of over 280 characters with different traits. Like we got Bad Intentions Rabbit here, or Bad Intentions. We don't really say that his name is Rabbit or Bunny. He's just called Bad Intentions. He's got some bad intentions. Trying to get people to get on this rabbit hole. Then we'll have some just open area there. We'll show some people coming. Go ahead and grab this sign and pull it down a little bit. Yeah, Tyler makes good soap as well. Over on TikTok. See you, Tyler. He's an entrepreneur, Tyler Durden. Okay, if this is kind of like a hill, whoops. This is kind of like a hill. Kind of like going this way. And I want to not show the entire bodies of the people that are coming. So it must be like taking it up over this hill. Let's see. So we've got a couple characters. I like the idea of the dog taking a walk. Irish Terrier. Let's do not one last strip. There's going to be another. So I need to. This person's taking it for a walk. I don't want to see the other. Gesture of walking. Right. I think I kind of know what she's going to be wearing. I'll just hold a leash. They won't be holding hands. That might be strange. But he could be holding a leash, I think. She'll have a little head here. They're real scribbly, but I'm just doing I'm just catching the gesture, you know, of the people in the background. I'll get in there and clean that up in the inks. As you can see, I'm just kind of capturing the shape and the gesture. These are all very scribbly. That's how I start. Call it a thumbnail. We call it, you know, whatever. Rough sketch. Okay, so now we've got this composition over here. It's a little bit different. So I'm going to start with working on Bad Intentions, really kind of like hunched over. So I'm going to do what we might call like a power line. Something like that. I don't know if it's really called that. I'm just making that up. But I consider it like a motion line of the arc of him. And actually, since I see what I did there. He's supposed to be like, you know, one hand on a knee, where he doesn't have fingers, so like mittens. So we do that. Just get that feeling of bending down, little shadow underneath him. He's bending over, so his tail's probably kind of up in the air a little bit, and then his head really needs to be really looking down in there. Pointing with the carrot. He has a thumb and like a mitten. I'll have him holding the skinnier part of the carrot here. Because it's kind of easy. It's kind of easier to identify a carrot. If it was orange, it will be orange, of course, but that little leaf on the edge of the carrot, I don't want it to be overlapped. Right? You're going down the rabbit hole. And you can see like my pencils might not, my actual tight pencils might not match the real quick rough that I do. I'm just kind of putting that rough in there as a sort of a guide for how the people fit in the Take a drink of coffee here. Hope everybody's having a good day. Hey, good morning so far. It's 9:16 a.m. Eastern time right now. A lot of people, maybe watch it on replays too. So if you're watching on a replay somewhere, YouTube or something, drop a comment. Say you hung out. If you're first time watching the stream or you've never said it, his ear's a little long there. I don't like that. First time watching the stream, please post your favorite VeeFriend and why. It's too long. These ears are too long. Like that. Just mark where the ear should go. Frederick asked, how much content do I produce in terms of comics? Number of pages, just to get a sense. Well, we do it daily. We do it 7 days a week. So there's 6 Monday through Saturday are these kind of 4-panel strips. We take a look here. We've done quite a few. And then the Sundays are, bigger comics. This was February 21st. Or no, January 21st, sorry. And the Sundays are much bigger. So it's a lot of time. It's a full-time, it's a full-time job. But we've pumped out, I think we did 55 comics before I took that, the week break to work on just Sundays. And it's pretty Fred, I see your icon. I think I seen you at the VCon last year with the jacket, the ape jacket on, I think. Spec brunch. I was kind of there by accident. Or not by accident, just by happenstance. Got invited before I worked in VeeFriends. I'm sure I'll see you at maybe some upcoming stuff. It's a cool jacket, man. I think I drew the back of your jacket actually in one of the journals I did on after VCon. That was before I worked at VeeFriends. Okay, what's he saying here? I know what he's saying, but this pencil doesn't want to go. Okay, I'm gonna set that as a. Oh, that's better. That's way better. Jenna Sturble. We had Jenna Sturble in the comic strip back. If you're not watching the dailies, they'll be on the website soon too. You'll be able to like click the character name and then see all the comics that the characters appeared in. So Generous Gerbil brought back the vibe to the gang. And actually, Generous Gerbil he bought that vibe back for $5 million on eBay. Yeah, this is fun. But we don't know who the seller was. If only we knew who might be the seller of this eBay auction. Don't know. Not sure. We'll have to keep tuning in to see. I enjoy VeeFriends a lot. I mean, not just working here. I was just saying, like the VeeFriends minis. These guys, the vending machines, they're pencil toppers, so it's just perfect for me as an artist, you know. And plus, I can drum on the iPad. I like to do that. He's gonna look very concerned. He's got to be like trying to lure people into the rabbit hole, you know. So I'm gonna give him big eyes here. And it almost is better if he's not looking down the right, like, because if he's looking down, right, it looks like that. I think he's going to be looking up at the people he's talking to. Then I put the other color for the eye color. I do that in the coloring stage, but there will be the eye colors too. So I'm pretty mindful of the, you know, the character designs as much as I can be. It's kind of a funny. No, that vibe was real, Lola. Like the vibe that Gerbil brought back, that was a real vibe. Brought back the real one. They brought back the fake one before. The other character brought it back. Monkey brought the fake vibe back. It's occasionally we're trying to make it so that, you know, I'm kind of coming up with these rules for myself, but based on the, you know, what we want to do for VeeFriends, get it out to more people. So we want people to get to know the characters. So I'm following kind of like an 80-20 rule right now, where maybe once or twice a week we can have a really inside VeeFriends joke. like the bison and the catfish or something like that. And then the rest of the time it should be like evergreen. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab this sign since I already drew it. Do that. Paste. Bring it over here. We want the other comics, like when someone finds it, to have be shareable and evergreen. So like with this one, it's kind of like the idea of, you know, falling down a rabbit hole. I'm going to draw this proportions the way that I remember. Because it's, we want someone to see this comic for the first time and be like, what's this? And then they share it with a friend and they go, ha ha ha, you know, like, look at this. And then they go, the next question is, what is this? Just like with the minis, like the trading cards, it's all following the same kind of strategy to a certain extent, where you put this interesting thing in front of them and they go, what is this? And then they start to explore and they go, wow, there's actually a really good people behind this, plus a mission, you know, like that's kind of the idea. Draw a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and ink up that first panel just for the sake of the stream. He's like, we should hurry. Right. All right. I'm probably going to adjust the size here in a bit. Because sometimes I'll draw the hands separate from the body, and then I'll make the hands connect. If that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't make it makes sense. Maybe to artists, I don't know. And she's gonna have a strap here. She's holding like a little leash. He's holding onto that leash because he's going for a walk, like dogs. People take their dogs for walks. It's their favorite thing to do. Dogs. It's their favorite thing. They love walks. If you're not taking your dog for a walk, please try it. Dogs appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, I'm excited. VCon coming up August. VeeFriends is hitting the road to a couple conventions this year, Collecticons. Keep an eye out for that stuff. You know, hoping to get out there and draw live at some of these events. It'll be fun to see. This lady's gonna be like looking like, no way, not going down the rabbit hole today. So we're trying to like do some like more human characters with the VeeFriends, like a human situation going on. Of course, humans fall into rabbit holes a lot, so I'm gonna blow these two up. Just wanted to get the. Wait a minute. It somehow erased his body accidentally. Let's just draw it again. Wasn't paying attention. Get it. Most important thing is that in this one he's not. I mean, maybe he could be holding a coffee mug. I've had him holding a coffee mug in every single strip this week, I think. Maybe not. But he looks a little concerned here, like we better hurry. Right. She's gonna be like matter-of-factly here. Like, not today. Oops. Well, my erasers are really large right there. Okay. That's not good. Yeah, thanks for watching, hanging out, watching me draw for a little bit here. I'll be live till 10 a.m. Eastern time, so we got another half an hour to go here. I'm gonna go ahead and draw. A little hat. This week I've been working on sketching too, some outfits. I kind of want the characters to kind of, the human characters, I kind of want them to dress how, culture is dressing, I guess. So I was looking at a lot of different fashion. It's really easy to like throw the basic like pants, hoodie, t-shirt, like, but people wear beanies and have sling bags and cell phones, and so like I want it to look modern and streetwear, stuff like that. I'm into thinking about looking at that kind of stuff, and skater clothes, hip-hop stuff, without getting too crazy, because sometimes there's too much patterns on those things to draw. But like holes in the jeans, like I don't really see that represented much in comic strips. So I kind of want people to feel like, oh, this looks like so and so. His body's too long here. Let's fix that. Just a little bit of a. Like he still wants to keep walking. Morning, Rocky. Over on TikTok. Hope you're doing well, man. Hanging in there. What have been pointing to? Pointing, or you know what? There's too much pointing in here. I think I am going to just draw him with the coffee cup. He's having a coffee. It also gives me an opportunity to have the coffee mug say something different than I did. Still lucky, stay lucky, born lucky. And maybe I'll have it say something else on this strip. It's like he has like a bunch of mugs that say, because he's the insightful Irish terrier. And here he is basically telling this girl, like, come on, we don't have time for that rabbit hole. So we can blow this up now. You can see like that rabbit's way too big. It's fine. In this stage, I can just do what I want and then blow them up to kind of match the proportions of the panel. I know that there's a good bit of words there, so I'm just going to kind of move her, and then I'll probably resize our rabbit friend here. All right. Those need to be merged. If you're watching the magic happen live here, this is like the really rough penciling stage. Shrink this down a little bit. Maybe he'll be a little bit bigger. A little bit. No, smaller's funnier. Tell them a little bit. That's good. There's a lot of text that's happening in there. And then this like path that they're on. The dog walking trail, right? See that? A little bit messy. You can kind of see now what's going on. That look. Cool. All right. Sync him up. Let's do that. Fade this out a little bit. And I'll get in here and get some inks going. Maybe I'll just finish up this first panel. Maybe a half an hour. Maybe less. Got bad intentions. Rabbit, hey, if you're just joining, this is VeeFriends. If you're familiar with VeeFriends and you're listening, post your favorite VeeFriends in the chat. I know a lot of people listen with their sound off or watch, so I'm gonna just write it right here. Post. Wait a minute. No, that won't work. Never mind. Post your favorite VeeFriend. And why? Why are you vibing with that character? Always curious to learn live. It helps us with character development too. You know, how are you vibing with your favorite VeeFriend of the moment? This guy I've drawn here is bad intentions, and that's pretty clear. He might have some bad intentions. So it's up for debate. Does he know he has bad intentions? What made him this way? I'm going to say yes. We don't know what made him have bad intentions. We talked about it a little bit when I was in New York the last time. Like, maybe someone took his carrot. He never trusted humans again, or he never trusted people again. You know, what is it about? We don't know yet. We don't know yet. Rocky said resilient red devil, but also amiable anchovy. They keep me fighting. Definitely. Rocky's out there battling some cancer. So those are good characters for. Like they're really bold. Those are good characters to focus on. Oh, what's going on with my line here? Let's see. Nope. One more. Zoom in a little bit. Get a nice. There we are. Okay. Same thing here. I'm going to spin this around. I don't have a favorite. Each comic hits different. I don't know why. Just sooner or later it says LinkedIn user. See, it's like if you can see the stream, it says LinkedIn user. It like takes away your names after a while. So this might be Fred or Michelle or. But each comic hits different. I enjoy them all. I appreciate that. Like I said, I'm trying to. We're trying to like balance the evergreens versus like some inside, like maybe 20% of the strips good for the already existing audience and the 80% of the strips would be good for like all people to find them. So in this case, someone might like this joke about falling in the rabbit hole. It's gonna resonate with people that do that. Or maybe they got a friend that oftentimes goes down rabbit holes, gets lost in them. So they might send this to them. And then someone will say, like, who's this green little rabbit? And then we got them. We can start having them discover VeeFriends. That's really fun. VV Comics. Viva la Comics. Keeping comics alive over here. Do it up a little bit differently. Of course, comic strips still exist. But there's not a whole lot of cartoonists and creators out there that are doing it live like we do it or so engaged with their audience. So if you're a fan of Gary and watching, like his new book, Day Trading Attention, that's what this is all about. Like, we've got these good messages, we've got a good product, got good characters and a good mission behind VeeFriends. But how do we get your attention in this world of flipping around and so much stuff to look at? Being live is one big initiative, being able to communicate. I've gotten to know some of the community members. I think that's amazing. That's one of the biggest, most awesome things about VeeFriends is the community. Really like this here. Change it. I'm gonna change that up. Just a little bit of redraw this here. A little too pointy. I like this slope here coming back. It's gotta get like a little skinnier. This is the stuff that'll slow me down if I'm drawing a comic strip, because I might just redraw a couple things if I'm not happy with it. No. Sometimes you gotta only set yourself a little bit of time and then move on. You can noodle with this way too much. I'm guilty of that sometimes. I think all artists do that. There's our man. Bad intentions. Doesn't want to focus too much on the VeeFriends minis pencil toppers. Check out the replay of the vending machine opportunity that's out there right now. Those are pretty cool. Like, it's exciting for me to think about. Start talking about it a little bit, but just the fact that there's these VeeFriends are in so many states and they're just kind of like stealthily in people's communities. I like that idea. And like maybe give people a reason to go seek out those machines too. Like I feel like there's a connection somehow with the daily comic strips and getting people excited to go check out those machines in their area and take some quarters, you know? Take your laundry money and go rip some capsules open. Do this trick that I learned. I've still been working on it. I need to close my lines. That's one thing that I'm not good at, because I learned a new way of coloring that speeds up my coloring a bit. But first I got to make sure all of my lines are closed. Here, let's do that. Yeah, I think the more I think about it, the more it's so awesome that when we can just be, it's a joke. A lot of these comics are laughs, but then we can talk about the traits a little bit with your kids or even yourself. I was able to use Be the Bigger Person the other day. My 15-year-old stepson was getting kind of like picked on, and he came home with like a story he was telling his mom, and he came to the top of the stairs, and I said, "Hey, you know what this is?" And he's like, "It's a VeeFriend." I was like, "Do you know what his name is?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "It's Be the Bigger Person." I just gave him like a dad look, and he grinned. And I'm just like, don't worry about what those kids are saying. Just don't let it get to you. It's helping, helping me bond with my stepson. Some topics are hard to talk about with kids. There's the basics, but candor, self-awareness. It's kind of hard. Some topics are tough to, just like not hard to understand for an adult, but how do you tell a teenager about this? Or an elementary school kid, or maybe some of the traits are a little bit too big for super young kids, but they'll be familiar with it. I think that's pretty awesome. Can't remember the last kid that I've talked to that would talk about ambition. But if they know ambitious angel, they would know that, like, oh, I can go one extra step. How can we be ambitious? Saw that social clip, or clip from the VFam session interview I did with Rob, and it's like me saying, like, I always wanted to draw comics and I didn't listen to anybody. I forgot I said that, but it's true. Like, it seemed that my whole life growing up, if I wanted to do something, I definitely wanted to draw comics for a long time. I knew that for a long time. And so if there was adults or authority figures standing in my way saying, like, you can't do it, I would be like, nope. And that would drive me a little bit. Be like, kind of like the I'll show you, but not for like the biggest driving force behind it. I just don't really think about those people too much, but it was more like, okay, thank you for your opinion. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I don't really care what you say. Hey, Dan. Good morning. We're on YouTube. So we got going on. A few people watching over on Barcelona. B just joined over on TikTok. Thanks for stopping in. On TikTok, it's a little different because I can see that you're popping in, popping out. I know how it goes. We might not have TikTok soon. Who knows? I'm thinking it'll be okay. I think it's gonna be all right. You might have seen today's comic strip was about banning TikTok. This character, 555 fan, is 555 fan is concerned because he's just built his TikTok channel and now he's like, man, they're gonna take it away. I feel your pain. 555 fan, 5555 fan. Yeah. And so then he's like, and Sight Flyers Terrier tells him again, like, post somewhere else, skate to where the people are gonna go, right? Be where they're gonna be, because they're all gonna go somewhere, right? And then I ended it with a dad joke, which I'm very. He wants him to make shorts for his channel, and the dog's like, I don't know how to sew. Yeah, you're gonna get that sometime. That's just how it's gonna be. I like to be like really funnily on the nose, like fall down this rabbit hole. It's an actual rabbit hole. Right. All right, cool. With something like this, I'm just looking at the colors now too. I got to make sure to get the colors decently. I'm just gonna eye up the colors, color match my own way. Let's set this panel to reference layer, and we're gonna put the character layer on. And then I'm gonna go ahead and grab a green, but it's more like a yellow green, something like that. Continue filling. I didn't close that eye there. It's okay. I'm just going to go ahead and fill it all in. Even that for flats. We call this flatting. Now, if I close this eye, that little line there that's open. So when I try to do the fill bucket, it overflows. But if that's closed, then the ink, the quote ink, doesn't spill out of that hole, right? Same thing with this. I'm just going to close this right here. Close that. These are pretty closed. All right, we're good for that. Then go back to my reference layer, turn on this green again. And now I'm going to get that highlight color of his, well, this is really bright green on the stream. It's not that bright green in the real picture, just so you know. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab this kind of, it might be a little bit too much. Continue filling. And then I think we also have a little bit of green in the yellow green. The ears, right there, and then we have a dark green nose. So the saturation on the OBS stream is really bright, so I can't figure out how to turn that down. It just doesn't work right. Something with the settings of OBS. So don't judge the coloring right now. Let's continue filling white. No other white on this guy. Let's do some orange for that carrot. Okay. And then that dark green carrot leaf is also the color of his nose. So I'm just going to go ahead and color select the nose and then just pop in the green here. All right. And then from here, I'm also, wow, he's like fluorescent green over on the stream. Turn that down a little bit. Same thing, I'm going to just do an undershadow here. Yeah, don't judge the colors. It's one of those things. I tweak it a little bit. If I turn one thing down and I get the greens right, then the yellows look bright. It's like it's a rabbit hole to fall into, and I spent way too much time the one day. I probably spent a couple hours struggling with it, and I was like, oh, it's just never. Sooner or later you got to just say, okay, now I'm behind where I want it to be because of fooling with this. And experts I've talked to and stuff, they all kind of agree it's just one of those things with OBS. That's the program that I'm using for streaming this. The camera. He's not that fluorescent. I promise you. This is so funny that it doesn't color match on the screen. Oh well. Same thing for the background colors. I could probably just hit that up. We're gonna do like another type of green here. Nope. Oh, I know what's up. When the rectangle, the frames need to be added, and then get in there. Continue filling this up. Probably make a nice orangish sign, orange-like sign. here. Turn that reference layer off now. So thanks for hanging out today, tuning in, watching some of the comics be made. It's always fun to hang out with the community. Be friends, listen to your feedback. If you're out there and you want to support the comics, the best thing you can do is share it. Share the comics with a friend. Find one that's you're vibing with and send it to someone that you care about or want to make them smile or laugh or think or cry or that's the game. We want people to really kind of fall in love with the characters. We know that existing fans, we already know you love the characters and the mission, but you can help us by spreading that out there. Funny story, I actually saw a rabbit hole like this once, and I was like, that can't be a rabbit hole. It's like a cartoon rabbit hole. And by golly, a rabbit went into the hole. I was like, what in kind of Bugs Bunny kind of Bugs Bunny situation is this? It was real. It was like, this is not the most inconspicuous hole, Bunny. I thought bunnies like hide their houses, but sometimes bunnies just watch nature sometimes to see how animals are behaving, which is fun. Yesterday I saw a squirrel and he was hopping like a rabbit. That's how he walked. He was like boink, boink, boink. And I'm like, this squirrel thinks it's a rabbit. Super weird. Cool. All right. That's going to be the end of this stream today. Thanks for joining on TikTok, on all the other channels. Appreciate you watching. Tune in for this finished comic tomorrow, Saturday morning. Usually they come out around 8:30 Eastern time. We got the rabbit here. He's trying to lure these people into this hole for this person, this lady, and then she's walking the Irish Terrier. And yeah, thanks for reading the comics, watching me these streams. It's been a pleasure. I'll be back Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Comics and coffee, TikTok only on Monday, but we'll be back. So check the VeeFriends schedule, and I'll see you real soon. Cheers. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. This is what I'll be doing. Be drawing some comics. I'll be drawing something. That's what I like to do. I hope you find something cool to do that you enjoy. Don't just work all the time. Make sure you work on yourself and spend time with friends and family and, relax and enjoy life while we have it.